Welcome to the patio. Today we're going to talk about meta. We're going to find out why meta, a.k.a. previously known as...
Isn't that the bus in Memphis?
That's Meta.
Matter.
The metal bus.
But
So we pretend you're going somewhere.
known as Facebook, why their metaverse platform is not performing quite as well as it should have. It's been an interesting week around the SEC. Our beloved Hogs got the W this past weekend, or I guess yesterday, actually. There was a big upset, too, in the SEC.
Yeah, the neighbors in Tennessee got a big win, right?
They
Got
did.
a big win. Tennessee beat Alabama. Number 6 beat number 3. I guess they were number 3 at the time.
Yes.
Where did Tennessee move up in the poll?
Tennessee moved up to 3. Which that seems fair.
I mean, right now they got to be in the
I'm
playoff
not so
talks.
sure they shouldn't be number 1 team.
Well,
They've got some good wins. They've got as good wins as anyone.
Yeah, it's hard to beat Georgia, who's just dominated almost every game. I mean, and Ohio State as well.
When do
I mean,
they play
right.
Georgia?
I think 2 weeks, something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
so Halloween weekend maybe.
It'll be. I can't remember.
You
I heard
know,
them
I
talking
think
about it.
may be.
But I mean, you don't know. Tennessee is when you start getting up that high, they're all really good teams. I can't see them jumping Georgia, who didn't lose, who actually put up 54-0 against Vandy.
yeah, I mean, if you're playing teams in that top 10 range, you expect it to be a good game, right?
Yes.
I
Yes. I mean, although Arkansas was in there at one point, it was not good games.
November the 5th. Mark it on your calendars.
November the
They
5th.
play at Georgia. I don't think anyone's really competed with Georgia at Georgia. I guess you could theoretically say the SEC championship game was basically a home game, but it still wasn't between the hedges there in Georgia. They've blown out everyone they've played. So Tennessee to Georgia would be a big game. But they also have Kentucky and then Georgia. Tennessee does. So
I thought Tennessee just
I think
Mississippi because Mississippi State beat Kentucky this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Kentucky. I'm a fan of Kentucky. They got a good ball club.
But-
But Tennessee they're dominant.
and you
Tennessee
know-
played great, dude. The Hooker and Hyatt connection was,
And
was
I
off the
despise
charts.
Tennessee, but they are a good team.
Yeah.
Alabama's shown to be vulnerable already this year. What they almost lost to Texas Tech without a quarter. They
A&M.
lost their quarterback. A&M, Texas A&M. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Tennessee, the two dudes ate their secondary up.
Well, they struggled against Texas. They struggled against Texas A&M.
Alabama's not Alabama no more.
Well, I mean, they're
They've been written off a few times. Let's
yeah,
not
still,
quite,
yeah, they could.
They're
Wouldn't
not just as
surprise-
dominant. It's Georgia.
It wouldn't
Georgia's
surprise
dominant.
anybody if at the end of it all, Alabama was national champions, right?
But also, was this the highest ranked team to beat this year? I think that was the highest ranked opponent to get beat.
yes,
So
because
far.
I mean, 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, and 4.
I don't think they've.
Well, you got what?
Ohio
Georgia,
State.
Bama, Ohio State, Michigan, Clemson. The top 5 have not fallen.
Yeah.
Who's 2 now? Ohio State?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ohio
the
State.
Ohio
The-
State.
Yeah, that is, I'm hard pressed to jump either one of them.
Yeah,
As good
I mean,
as Tennessee looked.
They don't deserve to move, though.
No,
I mean,
no, they shouldn't move anywhere.
Yeah.
But
Who did they jump? Michigan?
yes, I
They
believe
jumped
so.
Michigan to third.
So when
Yeah.
Tennessee plays Georgia, right?
Yeah, Tennessee played
November
Georgia.
5th.
So, I mean, if
And,
everything stays the same, they go in and just have a good game with Georgia.
I mean, theoretically,
You know.
they could not make. They could lose to Georgia and still make the playoffs.
Yeah, just go have a good game with
There was
Georgia.
a
You don't even
scenario.
necessarily have to beat them.
I saw that. I know where you're going.
There's a scenario someone laid out. So, Ole Miss loses to Bama. Then you have Bama play Georgia in the SEC championship game. Georgia beats Tennessee. Alabama beats Georgia.
Was this an all SEC
Could you
championship?
have Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, and Tennessee all in the playoff? I don't think that.
I
anyone
mean, nobody
let
would
that
do it, but
That would be cool, though.
happen. I mean, right now it's what Ohio State.
But it would take
Tennessee,
Ohio State.
Georgia, Alabama.
Now
you could
you-
easily get 3.
Now Utah completely kicked the Pac-12 in the balls today because Pac-12 will not have a representative after Oregon falling or
If you're in the
USC.
SEC, look at some of the teams you have to play. You know? I mean,
I typically I say that I think the SEC is down this year. I don't think it's strong as it has been in the past.
still good, though.
Now the top half is definitely, but normally the bottom half is a little better.
So, anything interesting you guys been up to this weekend?
I went to the Bigfoot Festival.
You say big feats?
I saw 3 of them.
Three big
They were in
feet.
costumes. Still
So, did you see 3 different big feet or a Bigfoot with 3 feet?
I saw one solo Bigfoot and then two Bigfoot together, which I guess is a group of big feet.
So I'm
not sure.
confused. Did you say a Bigfoot in disguise like a human, or a human disguised like a Bigfoot?
Oh.
So I saw
that's deep.
humans
And it-
disguised as a Bigfoot, and then I saw a guy wearing a T-shirt that said, "This is my human costume." So he could have been.
He
He
could
was
have
definitely
been.
Bigfoot.
That's hiding in plain sight. That's smart.
So basically, it was actually pretty cool. My kids like it.
Where was this thing at?
Near Crossville,
Crossville.
near
Where's that?
Crossville,
Knoxville?
Tennessee. So not too far from Knoxville.
Okay.
Tons of Tennessee fans.
Well, yeah.
Tons of Tennessee fans.
Did y'all do any Bigfoot calls and whatnot?
So
There was a
What's his
contest. We
number?
didn't stay
What's
that
the
long.
number for
Did
Bigfoot you
did
saw?
Bobo come out and see you guys?
Dude, I don't even
Bobo?
know who that is.
So was it,
No, you never
was it just like a festival or something?
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
typical festival with like food vendors and there were people selling Bigfoot stuff. And then you had a handful of people that were vendors that were like serious Bigfoot hunter guys, and you could tell the difference. Like they had molds of Bigfoot footprints and
They still call it.
pictures, and of course Bigfoot. So one thing I learned is Bigfoot does not take a clear picture.
That's right.
Bigfoot only comes in blurry.
It's because he's a 4-dimensional creature.
That's it.
Like Bigfoot, glamour shots, it'd be blurry.
Well, look, we played flag football yesterday morning, and I got up.
Did you get told that you can't be in the dugout?
No,
Oh, wait,
no,
it's football.
yeah, it's football.
You
So-
played flag football?
I did. I beat everybody.
No, I played pickleball. Also.
So I get up. I take my daughter. She's working. I take her to work at 8. Drop her off at 8:30. Go get donuts for the family. Get back to the house. We play at 11. And I get a text from my assistant coach that says, "Hey man, everything all right?" I'm like, "Yeah. How about you? Everything all right?" He said, "We're starting in 5 minutes."
What time was this?
8:55.
You thought you
I
played
had
at
the wrong. I looked at the wrong week. So it was a complete chaos. It was like the scene from Home Alone where they're rushing to get out their house.
You remember when Bobby Boucher showed up at Super Time or halftime?
Super Time?
Super Time, yeah. That's what it
That's
was when
impressive.
he showed up. Super Time.
I busted the room back, jumped up. His hair was sticking up. I said, "Throw some clothes. I don't care if it's a jersey or not. Let's go." We ended up winning 26-7.
All right.
Yeah, and we called it with 7 minutes short. 7 minutes left.
Because of the weather, right?
Well, the other team was having trouble fielding the team. That bunch of kids laying around crying.
So, you guys heard of Facebook, of course, but are you aware of Meta? Do you know what Meta is? Meta was something that, do you know what Meta is?
Alternate reality, right?
Yeah, I thought it was like Sim City.
Well, Facebook changed their name to Meta. About, a year ago? I think it was
Because
announced.
Meta is mo better.
Meta is more better. But roughly a year ago, Mark Zuckerberg rebranded his company as Meta and shifted its focus to the metaverse. The transition is struggling to gain traction. Horizon Worlds is a free virtual reality online video game created by Meta, has failed to meet its internal performance expectations. It set a 500,000 monthly active user goal by the end of this year. Wow, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot.
Well, you are Facebook too.
The company revised the projection to 280,000, but that's pretty good. They say right now they're at 200,000.
So
Actually,
what
I saw
is-
something the other day that said they had 30 active.
So I didn't
users.
realize it was just like a game, like a solo game.
I don't believe
kind
it
of thing.
is. I think that's just part of it.
Is this the one where the lady was claiming she was raped in the
Yeah,
metaverse?
or at least she was.
Sexually assaulted in the
So
metaverse?
there's like other parts of Metaverse, because I saw you could buy like little squares of Metaverse land, and you could put a Metaverse hotel on it, and then you can rent it to other people who pay real money in the Metaverse to rent this stuff. So it does equate to like a dollar amount in some way, which is really odd.
I would have a metaverse flop hotel.
Yeah,
When you just rent by the hour.
You flop it out.
Yeah, that's right.
So the Wall Street Journal reported that Horizons, that's the game in the metaverse, vast collection of virtual spaces where users appear as avatars and interact with others across the world are sparsely used, and only 9% of worlds built by creators are visited by at least 50 people. So it's kind of like what Donnie said. You go in, you build this world, you build these buildings, all these virtual theme parks and such. Meta shares are also down more than 80% the past year. The company's losing more than $700 billion in market.
So-
value.
Where are we as a society that like you want to try to force people into this alternate reality?
Well, that's
to
what I
go
just
live
why I was
life?
getting. Yeah, I mean,
the media wants you to believe that.
I get up my plantar fasciitis. It's hard to walk to the restroom for about 5 minutes, but other than that, it's tolerable.
Hey, not in the metaverse. You could just hit the up or forward button.
It'll go pee for you.
You could do a cheat code: up, down, left, right. Was it A, B, select, start?
So are we at a
That
point?
sounds right.
I think
it
that is
does.
right. It's contra.
Are we at a point in our civilization where we are going to try to convince people that we're better off in a fake society?
Apparently not, because people don't like it. We're
Well,
trying
I'm
to
glad.
convince people.
Thank God humanity hasn't just completely collapsed yet.
I mean, do
because-
you have time to just sit around and run around in the metaverse all day? No, because
No.
you got to do what?
I gotta work.
But they want you to believe there'll be a
Who is
commerce.
it? Who is this geared to? I wonder.
People who watch Ready Player One
Young people, primarily.
Well, I mean,
play
that-
Minecraft.
People that are, say, disabled or whatever, they can't do things, so they could, visit the world through virtual reality or through virtual means.
I hope we're better off in society than that sounds, but
Well, I'm not sure we are. Media is so negative, presents such a negative view of the world to most people. And some people would rather be in the virtual world.
well, I'll tell you right now, and you told me this several years ago, that you just completely disconnected from news.
Yeah, I did.
And I did it, and I felt a hell of a lot better. Now, I've started getting back in the news just because of this podcast. But when I stepped away and didn't have the constant negativity, and it's not just from mainstream media, all of them, I was less informed, but I also wasn't lied to.
So y'all know I don't keep up with the news, right?
No, you.
We could, but so think about this. All right, so you're like sitting there, right? You don't have a job, you don't have anything going on. The government pays for you somewhere to live. They give you food stamps and they give you free internet connection to the metaverse, and you basically turn into just a
The Matrix.
shell of yourself,
It's the Matrix.
and you end up living in the metaverse.
I
But you
ra-
get
I-
off to go get groceries.
I
or-
would rather become a shell of myself like God intended, working 60 years and being an alcoholic and dying. That's how I want to be a shell of myself, like God intended.
Amen.
That's right.
I bet that's what God intended.
I mean, it is.
He said, "Drink all the fruit of the vine."
Go forth, be fruitful, and die inside.
He said, "Screw that liver. That's what it's there for."
I mean, if it can't do his job, what I need it?
All right, so talking about virtual worlds
You
here.
think God says Amen?
He says, "Amen."
No, I think God says amen. It just means
Wah,
so
wah,
be it.
wah.
Amen. So be it.
All right, go ahead, T. Sorry.
That's deep.
He says, "My heavenly me."
Oh my. He says, "Oh
Made me
my."
think from that. Just got
He
that
says-
in there. I like that.
Jesus H. Son, when he stumps his toe. That one wasn't funny.
No.
All right. Talking about virtual worlds. So there's a virtual world out there called the January 6th hearings. You guys familiar with that?
That is a virtual world.
Yeah.
It's full of make believe.
So the January 6th hearing is going to attempt to recreate Trump's state of mind during riots without testimony from former president
What?
and top allies.
They're just gonna guess.
No, they're going to recreate it.
They're going to
Don.
recreate his mind.
First off, I don't think anybody can recreate Donald Trump's mind. That is a
He's wild, boy.
We can recreate his voice, but I don't think we're going to recreate his mind. So, a hearing set to unveil new evidence and summarize the 15-month investigation. The House January 6th committee will hold a hearing Thursday focusing on former President Donald Trump's state of mind leading up to the January 2021 assault on the U.S. Capitol, despite not receiving testimony during the panel's 15-month
So essentially,
tenure.
they're gonna make it be whatever they feel like
Yes.
it should be, based off.
listen. It's a make believe trial. The people who committed crimes, to my knowledge, most of them have been sentenced already and are serving their sentences.
But even then, aren't most of those sentences seem a bit drastic
They
for
are.
what occurred?
Yeah.
I don't hear people getting sentenced for tearing up Seattle during the Summer of Love, or Portland, Oregon during the Summer of Love, that did far more damage than anyone did at the Capitol building.
Yeah, regardless what is said, no one was killed at the Capitol. Well,
There was one person.
was killed at the
There
Capitol.
was one.
There's a cop killed, right?
No.
Or did the cop kill
No, the cop killed
Yeah,
a female.
Yeah, lady was shot.
She
I
used
thought
to
a
be
cop
in.
died at the Capitol.
No, she used to
Nope.
be a.
You can pull out
part
a
of
Google
the-
machine.
Wasn't she in the military at one point in time?
She was ex-military.
Yeah.
They shot her through a door.
Yep.
All right. So, a committee aid, the hearing would not include live witnesses, but showcase new evidence from U.S. Secret Service records and testimony. We're going to bring a particular focus on the former president's state of mind and his involvement in these events as they unfolded. What you're going to see is a synthesis of some evidence we've already presented with new, never-before-seen information to illustrate Donald Trump's centrality was key.
It'll be a list. It'll be Donald Trump's black book. It'll be like people I want to grab by the. Be a list of people.
Whatever happened to rule of law? What happened to rule of law?
But this isn't about law. This is about a staged exhibition
Yeah.
before the election.
It is.
It has nothing to do with law.
Look,
Yeah.
I've said it time and time again. Like right before all this stuff starts kicking off, buy these stocks low, and they're going to jump right before this election. I guarantee.
Listen,
Terry,
there
it's
has
going to
been-
be our time. Crypto, baby.
There has been so many things that they have tried to throw before this election to make something stick, and nothing sticks.
Well, it's every year too, though.
Well, this last cycle seems really drastic. So you had the raid on Mar-a-Lago. You have January 6th. There was the lawsuit in New York. It's just they're trying to throw anything they
Wait till
can.
this next part I lead, and I want to. This will preempt, and I don't know if we'll get to it later this week, but we've got to talk about what occurred with Alex Jones. I mean,
Yeah, there's
some
a lot-
freedom of speech.
there's a lot going on
issues
there, yes.
there. But so this kind of summarizes it, and the hearing comes after the committee interviewed.
Alex
Guess who
Jones.
the committee? I missed this. You know who they interviewed last week?
Matt Jones.
Who they interviewed?
Jenny Thomas. Do you know who that is?
No idea.
The wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence.
Oh yes, she made a statement or something like that.
Yeah,
The
she
January 6th committee
voluntarily-
interviewed her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she appeared before the committee after reports emerged she was allegedly in contact with the White House and lawmakers in Arizona and Wisconsin ahead of January 6th.
Okay.
Yeah, who cares? So
Oh,
the
because
committee
there's no
members-
more to that story.
No, well, there was a lot of things
All
kind
right.
of buzzing around.
All right,
at the time.
we have a former police officer with us who is involved in.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what all he's involved in, but you dealt some with federal stuff. Just
Mm-hmm.
do you think feds were active in the January 6th?
Feds are the government.
What do you mean? Feds were active?
Federal agents.
You mean like conspiracy type?
No,
thing?
not necessarily conspiracy, but they were there. They were held
They
instigating.
were in the
situation.
crowd.
Yeah,
So I do find it odd. So they got fences up. They're expecting people. I do find it odd that they're undermanned to the point they just open the gates and let people walk through. I just don't see that happening.
Well, they saw it as
Think about
opportunity.
it. Think about it. If you're a police
As-
officer there, I'm pretty sure you almost have what you want at the snap of a finger. Honestly, to protect
Yeah, but
those
Yeah.
properties, right? They're important. But
yes.
is
I
it?
do think that those people were allowed in that day.
Yeah, if
yeah.
Russia was invading,
They don't
we would
want.
have a
They don't want you in there. You don't get in there.
Exactly.
exactly. Yeah, that's
Because you can get enough manpower there to. Now it may be all hell may break loose.
I mean, we've all seen the movie Olympus Has Fallen. We know what they can do.
Yeah.
We know what exactly. We know what they can do.
But isn't the Speaker
We've
of
seen
House,
Independence
Nancy
Day.
Pelosi, wasn't she in charge of the security of
Now,
the Capitol?
a report I read was that it was requested to have, what did I try for? National Guard is requested that they were on site, and she denied it.
So if I
Okay.
could see something, I would like to see what their numbers were during similar events, and then what their numbers actually were for that event.
Yeah.
That's what I would want to see.
Well-
so if I was someone looking at the case, that's one of the things I would want to see.
One glaring thing I will say is before leading up to this last election, downtown Washington D.C. was boarding up the windows, and it wasn't in the case that Donald Trump won, or it wasn't in the case that Donald Trump lost.
No, it wasn't.
That was not their fear, and that right there says a lot of what we have.
So they expect that this Thursday hearing will be the last before midterm elections because midterm elections are like here.
Oh yeah, they're going to push this thing as far as
They are here, and this is all political theater because they're supposed to be finished with this and a report issued by the end of the year.
Exactly what he just said. It's political theater. It is. You may go through all this and never see a report. You know it.
So, talking about virtual worlds that maybe don't exist. So, Biden economic advisor suggests definition of recession and says key areas have not been flashing red.
Oh, because they're going to redefine recession is what they've done, just like they redefined the word vaccine.
Well, now I saw where Biden said he has claimed that he walked into a terrible economy.
Okay, he's not wrong.
He walked into a slightly down economy because of COVID.
Yeah, I mean, but it wasn't as bad as it is now.
No, but it was booming before that.
It was booming before COVID.
I mean, and I don't want to get on a soapbox, but this current form of the Democratic Party, their go-to is to redefine stuff.
Mm-hmm.
History.
Yeah, well, like this was a few months ago, they blamed Trump for shutting down the economy during COVID, and I mean everybody that is still alive at this moment knows who shut down the economies.
Yep.
Now you can't blame some stuff for Trump, but like the vaccine, that was Trump's vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Now I guarantee, now that there's starting to be side effects, it'll be Trump's fault.
Yep.
He pushed it through. It wasn't
tested.
Yeah.
It wasn't FDA. I mean, now the
and
FDA.
I agree, it is Trump's fault. Along with the rest of them,
it is. But it was forced upon us by a different organization.
Wasn't forced on me.
They tried to force it upon us, didn't they, James?
That's right. Me and Gary stood strong.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like, we're 50-50
exactly.
when half this podcast has Mario Kyle or whatever. I didn't say it nowhere near right. We'll keep going, Gary.
That's right, Jamie. We'll do it.
The Pfizer will be paying us.
Yeah, the Pfizer will be paying you guys money.
But you won't know for 125 years if they open their statements.
That's probably true.
It
so
is
talk
what
about
it
the
is.
economy, and Dr. Fauci, everyone's favorite doctor.
That's what, you talking about the guy that was murdering puppies? That one?
Did he murder puppies?
Yes.
You didn't know about
yes.
that?
No.
Yes, he did.
Dr. Fauci
I know
killed
he's going
puppies.
off. to
Dude, what
the-
is he was rubbing honey on
He was
puppies' noses and letting flies eat them or some crap like that?
Something.
What?
He was
Yes.
yes,
That
his,
sounds like
his
some
research or
conspiracy
something.
Yeah, it's part of his
stuff.
It was one of his
It's so
labs.
outlandish you would think it was made up, but it ain't.
Did you guys hear about the was it Pfizer or whatever? It was in front of European Union or something recently, and they were saying that that when they made the vaccine, they weren't sure or didn't know that if they gave you the vaccine, that it would actually stop transmission. They were just guessing. They were going at the speed of science.
Yeah,
they said.
so they made a statement actually back as early as July 4th. Just take the vaccine and we'll stop the
Yeah,
spread.
that's what they said.
But in reality, there was never ever any evidence that it would stop the spread.
And they made that clear just like last week or whatever in Europe somewhere.
Well,
So maybe we should sue Pfizer or whoever it is, like they sued Alex Jones for lying to us.
Well, I don't think you can sue Pfizer because
Why?
the FDA sort of protects them with the emergency use.
Yes, they cannot be sued over
They
that.
cannot be sued because FDA approved them for emergency use.
Yeah, but they
And
can be
that's-
sued for what they say.
They are financially covered
Yep.
on the vaccine.
So Dr. Fauci's retiring, right? He's heading on into.
Is that not a overpaid position? He's the highest paid the highest paid official in the government. By the stunned silence, I see you didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I've heard
I knew
it.
he was a high paid.
I knew he was paid
guy,
quite a bit
but
of money.
I didn't know. How
He's been
much.
paid more than that.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot more.
Yeah, a lot
I mean,
more
you
than
know,
that.
I couldn't do his job. I mean, I couldn't make up stuff on the fly like that.
I don't really care about it anymore.
Well, it still affects our country though.
Yep.
I'm worried of recession because of it.
Doesn't mean I have to care about it.
What do you guys think about gas prices? though?
I don't care about
Do you
it.
care about gas prices?
Nope.
Gas prices suck.
I got to come to gas card.
Hey, how much? Can I get 50 cents on a dollar to come to gas
Hey,
station?
yeah, we'll give you $2 a gallon for gas.
Look, yeah,
We'll pay you
look, when I get mad and quit one day, I'll just call y'all. Meet me at the
meet
gas
at the
station.
gas station. Yeah, what about gas prices?
They're going back up.
They're 60% higher than they were in early 2021.
And let me ask you this: didn't the I'll get it wrong. The Gas Relief Act or whatever they did, didn't it remove the gas taxes?
Let's call it the Beano Act.
I don't think
The Beano Act. They will call it the Beano Act.
Gas
what they
relief
did
act.
is release the reserves.
Okay, I thought the discussion was to remove federal taxes.
They were wanting to, but I don't think it ever happened.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel better because, I mean, that tax is there for a
Those
reason.
people in Saudi Arabia got to pay for all these live golf guys. You know, they got all these big contracts to fill.
Well, that seems like that's going to drop at some point. They're paying a lot of money.
I don't know, they have a lot of money.
They do a lot of
That's a
money.
freaking drop in the bucket to guys that have 50 Lamborghinis in a garage, you know?
I brought us a beer to try, too.
Oh, you did?
I gotta try beer.
Is it Saudi Arabian beer?
That's what I'm thinking about.
I don't think they have that over there, do they?
No. Oh, my beard's hung in the microphone. It is my favorite brand.
Bush.
Okay, yes. Okay.
Bush Latte. No.
My favorite brewery, I say that. Lost 40 Brewing out of Little Rock, Arkansas.
Lost for
This is an IPA.
They do make some good beer.
Gary's not going to like it, but that's all right.
That's okay.
This is called
But we got 2 beers he liked. The last 2 we did.
This is called a Rockhound. Once again, it is hard to beat Lost 40's cans. They have this one has old Bloodhound on
So you
it.
got nice cans.
made out
Yeah,
of
nice
rock.
cans.
It does have a bloodhound on it. It's
Yeah,
actually nice.
it's cut out of rocks.
Cut out of rock.
It is cut out of rocks.
This is once again a very nice can.
Can you go tour Lost 40 Brewing Company?
Dude, we should. It's got a green background and white trees in it too. I just noticed that. Yeah, it's a nice looking can.
Yep. I mean it's let's Gary. Oh, Gary's face just.
he doesn't like
You can
it.
slide that one this way, Gary.
Nah.
Look, I
I'm
will
gonna-
say I'm not
I'm
an
gonna drink
IPA
it.
fan.
I'm gonna drink it.
I will drink Rockhound though. That is one of the few IPAs I like.
I don't think I like any IPA.
It doesn't have that strong hoppiness that a lot of IPAs have. But
Me and Terry like
Tastes
that.
like it'll hop right out your mouth.
Rockhound
They apparently
IPA,
have a
Arkansas
tap
made.
room. They have a tap room.
Well, we're gonna go then. Rockhound IPA was the first Indian Pale Ale made and packaged in our brew house in 2014. Thank you for making it an Arkansas classic and drinking local.
They are they have a tap room. It's in Little
That's
Rock,
where we cut into
Arkansas.
our ad for Hooked on Phonics.
Yes.
Hooked on Phonics worked for Jamie, everybody.
They have Sunday all day brunch. They're open 9 a.m. to 9.
They have a brunch.
Let's take a day trip.
We can make a Sunday day.
We
trip.
could make a
Saturdays
Sunday.
are tough.
Yeah,
just
we-
because of all the sports and everything.
What's on the brunch menu? Is it like waffles?
Hey, y'all know who we should interview?
Who?
You can cut this if you want to. We should interview Thug Nasty. UFC, Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah.
Him-
Yeah, he's a
So him
Fayetteville
and-
area.
Him and
Fayetteville area.
Craven are real. I think they're decent
Are they?
buddies. Yeah, so
Okay, cool.
we could probably get them both in here.
So for their brunch
I
on
don't need
Sundays,
Craven, but we get.
Craven come in here. Craven's a cool guy.
I
We
like
can
check
hang out.
out this.
You know, me and him used to work together.
Yeah. We dated my sister for a while.
He did, but I was on a job site, and he was still. I mean, he's still a kid to me. But as I was on a job site, I heard Fort Bear. I turned around, there was Craven sitting there. He was working for his dad's way up in I can't remember the name of the electrical union. But yeah, he worked for
he's
electrical
plumber. I
union,
think.
electrician,
Check
Craven
out
Plumber.
this on there.
maybe
Like, what about
maybe a plumber.
So if y'all follow Thug Nasty at all? Bryce Mitchell, the UFC
No, I don't
fighter?
think I've really seen about
So
him.
if you
his
follow,
great
like, his-
comments on
If you follow like Facebook and crap, dude is like simple, man. Like,
he's an Arkansas guy.
he'll post this crap. He's like, I'm trying to sell this Dodge Ram pickup, 13,000, serious offers on
I
it.
know what I got.
Yeah, I know what I got. And then you get there and he's like, just look at it. Just look at it.
True story. One day, me,
It'd be a good interview though. He's a down to earth dude, man.
me and Joe Carter went look at a guy put in the paper. He had a ad for a Grand National, and me and Carter show up, and it was a Grand National. He wasn't lying about that part. There's black tape over the lights. There's black tape running outside to hold the thing together. Guy gets out. Me and Carter pull up. Guy gets out. Go beep beep. The little alarm goes off. There was plastic on the windows. I mean, this thing was a wreck.
He removed the duct tape that was holding the door shut.
And I mean, granted, they're still worth a lot of money because it's
Grand
Grand National.
Nationals, those are sweet. Man.
Yeah, but this dude was actually like, and we're talking. This was 2002, something like that. Guy wanted like $15,000 for it then.
Wow.
There you go.
Well, Carter thought he was going to go get a mint prime
No, like
Grand National.
I saw one actually about 6 or 7 months ago. I don't remember where I was, but that was mint, like nice. Like somebody took it and completely redid it, and it's still a.
You know, I heard one of the reasons they quit producing those is because Chevy did not want to have a product faster than the Corvette.
Yeah,
It's
I think that's a lot to do with the muscle car industry.
Boy, y'all remember the old Typhoons and Cyclones? I don't know if y'all two do, but I know T does.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Cyclone.
I do.
Do you remember that?
Gary,
If
you
you're out
didn't
there-
like it. I take it. You did not like
I'm not.
Rockhound IPA.
No, I'm going to drink it, but no, I'm
You
not
are?
a fan.
I
I
love
will
your
drink
dedication.
it. I am dedicated to this podcast and our beer tasting.
I got a few more over here.
We're going to drop this episode. This will be Tuesday, the 18th.
Sounds right.
Need to get out and look us up on all the major spots.
Oh, hey, what was it, January 23rd,
Yeah.
21st? Monty Ray's going to be in Blytheville, Arkansas.
Blytheville, Arkansas.
We're going to go. Y'all can.
We're here.
When I get done beating these girls in the Olympics, you're next.
Yeah, we got to get that planned. We got to get the Olympic trials planned for Jamie. But get out and check us out. Give us 5 stars. Look, Hogo has been introduced to the world of TikTok. Go find Hogo on TikTok.
Oh, walk me to the riverside and lead me while my mother cried. Cause somebody done took from an outlaw. Take my picture down from the courthouse wall. I'm living in the clouds and I ain't gon' fall. Somebody done saved this outlaw.